Yo, this quarantine hair is no joke. Is my hair long enough yet? Hey, what's up guys? My name is Armin and today we're going to be talking sound design. Now, to give you a bit of an explanation about sound design, there are three basic components. Of course, the music should be first, right? You want some banging music for your videos. A voiceover or voice acting that you would like to add to your film. And the sound effects that you add to your clips. The music part is easy, right? You find a banging song. Of course, it depends on the mood you're trying to convey to your audience. You slap that onto the timeline and step one, complete. Up next, you might want to add a voiceover so you get one of those inspirational, motivational voices from the internet. Or you might have a couple voice actors that you would like to include in your video. Or who knows, you might want to add your own voice into your video. So you add that into your video and there you go, step two complete. Now you're ready to add sound effects, but how does that work exactly? Sound effects, in my opinion, are one of the most important tools you could add to your films to take them to the next level. I like to call it the sauce in the spaghetti. Now imagine you have a bowl, right? Now that bowl, we'll say it's the timeline. Then you add, some spaghetti to that bowl. Let's say it's already cooked. You just pour that thing in there. We'll say the spaghetti are the different video clips that you would like to add to your timeline. So you grab a fork, right? Or a spoon, I don't discriminate. And you taste it. And you're like, yo, it's kind of bland. So you go back to your kitchen. You're like, let me just add some salt to this. Let's see if that gives it some flavor. And in this case, the salt, let's say it's the music you add to your film. You finally add the salt. You taste it again. And you're like, yo, this kind of bland, to be honest. So you go back to your kitchen. You open up your cabinets. And in the far right corner, you see a flask. It says spaghetti sauce. And in this case, the spaghetti sauce are the sound effects you add to your videos. And you taste it again. But you're still dissatisfied because you're one of those people that does not like anything and is dissatisfied and not happy with anything that they eat. So, in that case, forget everything else I said. Okay? But if you're not a picky eater, you eat that bowl up, you enjoy it. You're like, okay, it has everything I wanted. Okay, it's not dry, it's not bland. And you're like, damn, that was actually pretty good. Not gonna lie. But why, you might ask? Why does it taste better or good now? Why does it feel complete? I'll tell you why. Because you've added all of the necessary components for that spaghetti to be enjoyed. And that's what sound effects are. The sauce in a bowl of spaghetti. Without the sauce, the spaghetti just feels dry, bland, and it's tasteless. Just like a video without sound effects feels flat and boring. It's not to say that you can't create a good video with only music in the background, but if you're truly trying to take your filmmaking to the next level, sound effects is the way to go. Sound effects act as that one tool that mashes everything together and can give a video or film a lot more depth and can make for better storytelling. Now I want to show you a couple of examples of when it would be a good idea to implement and use sound effects effectively in your films. So we're now in Premiere Pro and I want to show you a couple of instances of when I use sound effects to bring my video to life. I'm going to show you an example of video clips with only the music on, an example of a video clip with only sound effects, and an example with both music and sound effects, and pay attention to the difference it makes. as you were able to hear, when the sound effects were included, it added a lot more immersion into the sequence. The trick with sound effects is you want to make them present but subtle. The sound effects should not like completely blow off your ears. Make them sound natural. That allows for the audience to immerse themselves in the story. And how do you do that exactly? When I use a sound effect, I tend to add it 5 to 10 frames before the clip starts and 5 to 10 frames before the clip ends. This lets the audience know what's coming ahead of time. Then you show them the clip as a payoff to the sound you introduced to them before. In other instances, you might want to add a couple of audio effects to a sound effect in order to give it more of an artistic feel to it. For example, for this sound, I added some reverb to make the character or thing sound like it's coming from a distant location. It really all depends on the story or message you're trying to tell. For instance, if you're shooting like a scene in the forest, add some background elements like birds chirping, leaves rustling. Now, if you're shooting in a location like a city, you might want to add people passing by, crowds talking, cars passing by also. And obviously all this comes with experience, so go out there, shoot some videos, add some sound effects in there, and try these tips on your own work. I personally get most of my sound effects from Epidemic Sound, or you could literally just get some sounds yourself, like literally record them. Grab your phone, go into the recording app. I've done a couple shoots where I literally record the sounds around me if I'm planning to add it into that sequence. Or if you have a recorder, if you have a dedicated recorder, you can use that also. I mean, obviously if you have a shoot where like you need a sound effect where two cars are crashing together, you're not gonna go in the middle of it and just like record the cars crashing together. Unless you're like a professional car crasher sound recorder, then I guess that doesn't apply to you. But that's it for today, guys. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe down below. Everything photography, filmmaking will be on this channel. Like the video, and if you have any comments or questions, put them down below. I'll be responding to any questions you have, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, we out.